People glorify waking up early. They glorify the morning routine. You know, what do you do first thing in the morning? What are your morning habits? Morning routine is very, very sexy. But not enough people give emphasis on the evening routine. And without a good evening routine, your morning routine's not gonna happen. You can have a crappy morning and go through your day, have a crappy day, but right before bed, we all have like these last few minutes before we lay off to bed where we can decide, okay, tomorrow's going to be epic. Tomorrow's going to be freaking sweet. What do I want to do tomorrow? But few of us take the time to take out a pen, take out a notepad, and write out what exactly we want to do the following day. But if we do that, if we just write down exactly what we want to do, not what we have to do, not what we think we should do, not what we think society wants us to do, not what we think our mom or dad wants us to do, not what our brothers and sisters and neighbors want us to do. What do we want to do tomorrow? Every night I go to bed and I write down the things I want to do the next day. That was fantastic. It's funny, like everything we want in life, we want it because we think it'll make us feel better. And yet very few of us just remember to do the stuff that makes us feel good guaranteed, like right away. We don't need to get anything, we just gotta do stuff. And some of the things that we can do involve jumping into cold lake. I'm gonna eat some food now, so I'll show you what I'm gonna eat. Take a guess. Take a guess at what I'm eating here. Banana. Snap that banana in half, and I'm gonna have a couple bananas right now. I was supposed to have a photo shoot today with a model named, I won't say her name, but she had to cancel because a coworker at work got hurt skiing, so she has to fill in for the coworker. So she had to cancel the photo shoot, which sucks because I was really looking forward to it. So instead of preparing for that photo shoot, I can now work more throughout the day, which is cool. I think that photo shoots are an amazing way for me to express myself creatively. They're photo and video shoots, and express myself creatively very well with those shoots. But they take away from all the work I'm doing here on social media and the work I do behind the scenes with the Plant-Based Revolution Summit, the Canada Vegan Fest, my webinars, etc. But I do think it's important to have those creative outlets in life rather than just being work all the freaking time. Unless, you know, it's a time for that. Sometimes there's time for just pure work. But I also really love doing photography, videography. It's a real big passion of mine. And when a shoot gets canceled, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm really looking forward to that. So we will reschedule for a few days from now. But yeah, if you guys want to see the latest shoot I did, I'll post my portfolio link in the description. It's at tedcar.ca. You can see my photography and some of my videography work there. But that stuff is mostly all for fun. I do some paid gigs, but mostly it's for free, for fun, for the love of it. Cool, so I'm going to show you how I cook with the Instant Pot. This is what it looks like. A lot of people think it's a rice cooker, but I don't really eat rice. I mostly eat quinoa and buckwheat for the cooked foods. So I like to use this Instant Pot for convenience. If I am heading out and I want to come back and have a nice meal made for me, the Instant Pot is a great way to do that. My main use for this, the cool thing about it is it has a delay start on it. So you put the food in there, you put the water in there, you delay the start by an hour, and then I head out to the gym, do my workout, come back, and as soon as I'm home, there's either like 5 minutes left on the timer or there's no minutes left on the timer. It's all done, but the machine is shut off, but the food is still kept warm in there, so it's freshly cooked for me. So the Instant Pot is super convenient for that. Otherwise, I'd have to move my bananas and put the thing on the stovetop, put the pot on the stovetop, and then bring the water to a boil, watch it, turn it down, and then turn it off after 20 minutes. But this Instant Pot does everything for you. The downside of the Instant Pot is, unlike the stovetop, where all you have to clean is the one pot, which takes like 3 seconds to rinse that out, this has a lot of individual parts you have to clean, okay? First of all, it has this water catchment system, piece of plastic you have to clean out. Then you have to clean this, this little steam chimney thing, and this has multiple parts as well. The top comes off, the bottom comes off, so there's multiple parts there to clean. Plus, you have to, you open this up, you gotta clean this top part, and then you have to clean the actual pot that it's in, and then you have to clean in there as well. And then all around the edges. So there's a lot of parts to clean up, with it, so I do not like using it on a daily basis. I much rather use the stovetop and just pay attention. Tell Alexa to. Oh, now she's listening. Hi Alexa. Let me show you how to do it. So I take this thing out first. This first step. Add the water first, because adding the water first is nice, because then you can see the measurements inside. There's a little measuring right there. There you go. So I'm gonna add 1 cup quinoa, 1 cup buckwheat, which is gonna require 4 cups of water. So just add the water. We're at 4 cups, good. Put that in there like so. And the quinoa I like to use is half white, half colored quinoa. And then my buckwheat. I'll take 1 cup of each. This is the fun part. And a big scoop. And I love mixing the quinoa and buckwheat together, because on its own, buckwheat is kind of just like mushy, and quinoa on its own, it's too fluffy. So I like to mix them both. And it's a nice mix of like mushy fluff. Close the lid, boom, that's it. And you press quinoa, it's a quinoa button right there. And then you press start. It's that easy. And then it takes, 5 minutes for it to get to a boil, and then as soon as it gets to a boil, it brings it down for about 20 minutes, and then it goes beep, and it's done. So that's the Instant Pot life right there.
20 minutes later.
Ooh, look at that. So this is the part you gotta clean right away. Clean the lid right away, because that'll stick and that'll cake, and it's super hard to clean that part. So yeah, but that looks good, right? Let's focus on that. Let's not focus on the cleaning. Look at that. Super high protein. This right here is about 50 grams of protein. Alexa, how many grams of protein in 1 cup of uncooked quinoa?
1 cup of uncooked quinoa has 25.4 grams of protein.
How many grams of protein does 1 cup of uncooked buckwheat contain?
1 cup of buckwheat has 23 grams of protein.
So what I used to do as a kid and as a teenager growing up, when I eat food, I'd sit down and watch TV, watch a bunch of crap, and then that became more of an adult. I started watching way more YouTube and just dumb crap on YouTube while I was eating. Now, while I eat, I do not watch dumb crap. I watch educational material such as ClickFunnels, 10x training, business training from people like my mentors, Frank Kern, Russell Brunson, Grant Cardone. Like I'm constantly educating myself. I'm never watching dumb crap on YouTube unless my willpower is super, super low, which is kind of rare. If I do watch dumb crap, it's not for long. It's maybe for like a couple of minutes, and I'm like, okay, enough. I have super low tolerance for dumb crap. I love watching educational content. And then after I fill the brain with good stuff, I want to go do it because I'm so excited about what I just learned. So I'm always testing new stuff, and yeah, really, really excited to sit down and eat lunch every day and study and grow.
You've got this opportunity to try to capture them and get their attention. Now, the keys that I found on a webinar registration page, the number one most important thing is...
All right, so one thing I love to do before bed is to book my sessions on FocusMate for the following day. And FocusMate is a website that lets you book work sessions with random people around the world. Each session is 50 minutes. So let's say I have a session at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and 6 a.m. There's a 10-minute break between each of those. But clearly you see I booked one at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And I give myself an extra break there, 8:15, and an extra break, 9:30, and then 10:45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I'll put in 7 hours of work before noon. You know, this wouldn't be a complete day in the life of what I ate if I don't bring out these guys. The Brazil pills, baby. Tell me this, answer me this right now. If you're not getting your Brazil pill per day, if you're not eating at least 7 Brazil nuts per week, 1 a day, where are you getting your selenium from? Really good. If you want this kind, I'll post a link in the description. So crunchy, so much flavor, really creamy. Very nutritious. Christina!
You got the thumbs up. We're keeping you.
Yeah.
You've been hired.
Agreed. It's the best. only the best.
The best of the bestest.
The
right?
best ever by far.
Future of electric cars, Dave.
Okay, here's the download on that. The real technology is compressed air. Okay, so the only thing about compressed air is that you've compressed the air, so if it's punctured, it's relatively explosive, but it's not an explosive gas like gasoline is, and you have no EMF field. Now you could put solar panels on top of that roof right there, and get an industrial air compressor and compress air all day long on solar, every day, all day long, nonstop. We can fill tank after tank after tank after tank up with compressed air. The real technology that could run your car thousands of miles with no pollution and no EMF field is compressed air. That's the whole distraction. If you want more information about that, study closely the interview with Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, and you'll find somewhere in the middle of that, he actually brings it up.
Who does, Joe or Elon?
Joe Rogan brings it up and starts talking about compressed air, and Elon Musk goes, "Oh yeah, where do you want to go?" So that's my little tip on that one. You'll see that the high ups know, they all know. It's compressed air. That's the real technology, and that's the technology. That's why we have the electric car, because that's a distraction, right? It's a bait and switch. It's like, over here, electric car. The real technology has always been compressed air. It's the safest, easiest, and most economical and eco-friendly.